All right, traders. One, two, testing, testing. One, two, three. Good morning, ABOB. How's everybody doing? Good morning, Charles Leroux. How are you, mate? What do you think of GBP Japanese yen? Tim, how are you, mate? Well, mate, this is what I think about the pound yen. This is what I think about the pound yen. We killed it with the VAPs. We fucking killed it. Running on the very, very last portion of yesterday's long for about 144 pips. And today's buys running at 70 pips. We already took profits here, here, and here. Yep. Busy with my 50K challenge. Awesome, mate. Morning, can you explain the lot size for UK oil, please? Yes. Great move this morning. Yeah, exactly. Yes, I'm going to explain the lot size for the UK oil, right? I have this setup. This is an F1 strategy setup. And I'm looking for shorts on the FTSE. And I'm not going to take shorts anywhere here. I want to see that fakey above the Asian session highs. Wow, 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 wow. Silver, still open or closed? I'll get to you on that. Can I trade your signals with funded account? Sure you can, mate. Just make sure to read the rules of the funding company that you are using, because some of them don't allow signals, and because some of them don't allow signals, mate, it's very possible that they have people monitoring that. Good morning, AG Igbinoza. Great UK short, yeah. I mean, I'm looking for that. I'm looking to get involved in FTSE shorts, but basically my setup is here. Here's where I want to take my shorts. All right, so amazing trade on the pound yen, right? Amazing trade on the pound yen. I was going to cut because I had a loss earlier, right? A 0.2% loss. This is the one, right? 0.25 or 30% loss. And then I placed a new pending order here. And because I was trading inflation data. Good morning, Richard. UK inflation data. I was going to cut this by half. But then I realized I was only risking about what was it, 0.26%. So I decided to keep it, right? More so because inflation data was heavily on on the high side. Right, so we are 5 minutes away from the open, and we are going to look for some UK FTSE shorts. Here's here's the trade, or here's my position on the FTSE short. All of this is liquidity, right? All of this is liquidity. Now we have a trap here, of course. we have a several traps right here. But if you notice, this is the unmitigated order block that I really want to get involved in. So here's that bearish OB. Where is it? Bearish OB. There you go. I don't know how to make my lines always, straight. This drives me insanely crazy. I'm gonna turn on my camera in a few. I'm just eating. I'm just having something to eat. And yeah, I don't want to eat in front of you guys. So that's the structure high, right? And hold on, this is the structure high. And all of this that I see here is just liquidity, right? Big imbalance also, mates. I'm not going to market, this is liquidity, right? So I am going to get involved short on the FTSE. Where should we place TP now on the remaining of the pound yen? That's a good question, mate. Because I already took tons of profits. I mean, here's my history on the pound yen. This is my loss today, but I'm up about 1.5% overall on the pound yen, and a little less actually. But because I already took a ton of profits here, and looking at the 4-hour chart, mate, I mean, this is just a ton of a ton of inefficiency in the market. If we go to the hourly chart, right, where I will start to look to shave more off is around the 163, right? But most importantly is that we let our remaining piece ride. This is just a little piece of the entire position, so I'm very happy with it. Now, FTSE shorts, right? If you look at, let's have a look at the 10-minute chart, right? On the 10-minute chart, we have that last sweep of the highs. Actually, let's keep on the 3-minute chart to have things a little bit clearer. We have the last sweep of the highs here. Boom. So if that is the last sweep of the highs, the actual change in character here should be the next low, which is this one right here. This is yesterday's New York low. Hold on. This is how I see it, right? Here. Well, in any case, I'm not going to get involved short at anytime soon or at these levels, right? I because yes, this market is very bearish. It is very bearish, more so with that inflation data. Which means that the reaction in the markets in the FTSE and on the pound is more so than because of high inflation data. Is because of what the not the Federal Reserve, but the Bank of England is going to have to do right towards that inflation. So that is good for the currency in the sense that they are going to start to ease. Also, if I'm tracking my challenge account, hasn't been updated, but I'll show you that later. So they're going to have to ease that printing machine, which is good for the currency, and of course bad for equities because liquidity is what's supporting these rallies in equities. So I don't know if price is going to rally towards the Asian session highs, but this is where I want to get involved myself. And I'm going to target this, this unmitigated liquidity, something like this for a 6.3 R. The market just opened, so let's have a look at gold. I had a sell limit in gold. I'm gonna show you. Hold on, let me just delete this, remove drawings. I had a sell limit in gold that maybe I am going to rethink about placing. You know, where was it? Yeah, it was on the 1 minute chart. The reason that also the reason that I deleted my sell limit, I don't remember where it was, mates. The 2 minute chart, yeah. Okay, so my entry was here. Um, yeah, my entry was here, so price didn't trigger me in for about 6 pips. But now that gold faked or broke or swept the Asian session lows, I really don't know if this exact setup is optimal or not. So I'm gonna wait a little bit, to see the reaction in gold because very possibly what we're going to have is if gold breaks with these highs, right? Very possibly these zones are not going to hold. So um, yeah, these zones are not going to hold. And also, if we look at the 5 minute chart, guys, if we look at the 5 minute charts, what do we have here? The reason that I also liked this setup is because I was really trading the protected high, the real high of the structure. So actually, very possibly, I am going to place it again. I just want to see. Maybe we'll do it live. You know, I just want to see the reaction in gold here. Let's go back to the FTSE. Um, about the FTSE, yeah, I do trade the FTSE because I trade the long and open. Sorry, guys. Hold on. But I really hate trading the FTSE. 30 to an hour after the open because it gets very non-directional, right? But this setup is actually really good. I could even go lower here to target this order block here. This would be an amazing trade an 11R. But again, because of inflation data, I don't know if you know um, buyers are going to be strong enough or sellers are going to start taking profit now, which creates also a bullish pressure in the market. So I don't know. I'm gonna place an alert around this level just to see if we can get involved. Now, on the pound yen side, nothing to do. This was my setup, guys. This was a setup. I was just looking at, this inducement zone liquidity being taken out, of course. Big bullish order block. The one that created the break of the structure again. Big imbalance also on the 3 minute chart. My entries are always on the 3 minute chart. Big imbalance here. Price dropped inside of my box and then just rallied and broke with every single level. Now this market is super bullish. We're still rocking this one, and I'm gonna keep it as is. Now the UK 100. So basically, someone asked me about sizing on this particular market, mate. You need to have a position size calculator, and the one that I recommend is this one, right? It's this one right here. Just go to riskcalculator.app and buy it. It's only $10 per month, and it's by far the best one I have found. So all you have to do Listen, if let's imagine that if I were to take a if what I wanted to do was to take a long position here at the lows. So I just put my risk on 0.25%, right, and pending order, right, and just drag the lines here, and it calculates, your position size um, with, of course, the risk that you are willing to take. So just get it, mate. Get it. How to unsubscribe to the VIP channel? Well, mate, it's pretty easy. Just go to your client's account, and there is a button there where you can do that. All right, so let's have a look at what we have here. So this is the setup on a Brent, the F1 strategy setup. It's pretty clear. Price is pretty bullish, trading above that pivot, right? The past couple of sessions were extremely bullish too. The F1 strategy gives you your entry zones, your stop loss zones, and your targets with these lines and these lines right here. And we have a couple of rules when it comes to trading this strategy, right? Because what we need is real momentum for to trade real breakouts. And if you follow the rules of the strategy, um, you are going to avoid trading all of those fake outs. For example, here in gold, there here in gold, right? This was a possible F1 strategy short, right? And if you notice, price triggered that entry. We didn't take this entry because even though it could have been an F1 strategy, it didn't check all the boxes of our rules. For example, we need to see real divergence at extremes on my oscillator. This is not the RSI. This is another tool and a very specific set of parameters on this tool to avoid this kind of trades, these kind of fake outs. Well, if you notice on my Brent, possible Brent longs, right? It's quite different. The divergence is quite clear. So we're just waiting here to see if momentum doesn't dry up. And the cool thing about this strategy, right, also is because of how specific this instrument, below my chart is, this oscillator, right? I can know with a high level of certainty if momentum has dried up within the range, right? For example, right here, if my oscillator here gets to extremes without price really moving, just ranging, I will delete this pending order because the edge that this possible breakout could have on a momentum dryness, has no edge, right? But for the time being, I'm going to keep this pending order alive, right? This is a cool setup. It's 3.5R, so let's see what happens. Now, let's have a look at gold again. I really don't think that we're going to get this opportunity on the FTSE, but let's wait and see what happens. Gold, yep. Gold, not very clear in my opinion, but you know what? Let's wait and see what happens because there's quite a few things that I want to show you guys. So basically, what do we have here, right? Here are the previous lows. This is I'm gonna go even higher here. This is what I call a trap, right? This is what I call a trap. Traders, trading the bounce of the previous broken lows, right? Just creating liquidity, right? Um, the only thing that I do not like about trying to go short again on gold is this high, just swept that, created liquidity on the trap. So in my opinion, I missed my setup by 6 pips. In my opinion, I missed my setup by 6 pips, but we do have a ton of strong, zones here still left unmitigated. But because of this, and because of the sweep of the Asian session lows, and how rangy it looks right now, I'm not really confident on placing those sell limits again. All right. So any questions, guys? Any questions at all? I'm gonna be here for about an hour, so you can ask me anything you want to know. Yeah, I'm gonna be here for an hour or so, just waiting on this breakout. Playing with the remaining of this pound yen. Um, Someone asked me about the pound yen and if I saw possible re-entries here, which I think that we might get, but you know what? I already make money here. If you buy UK oil, do I need big tank to store it in? No, that's a crazy question because first of all, we're trading CFDs. If we were trading futures, right, Brent future, and this is the reason that I prefer to, when I trade crude, I prefer to trade Brent than, WTI, because future contracts in Brent are settled in cash. And the difference between WTI is that they're settled in barrels of crude. So no, you don't need to store it, a storage unit, right? If you're trading Brent, you just need a bank account. I know you're joking, mate. I know you're joking. I know you're joking. I'm joking too. Well, what do you know about this footsie? What do you know about this footsie? Let's wait and see if you know if we can actually get this rally on the footsie, right? To get short. I'm gonna go get a glass of water, guys. I'll be back in a minute. Don't go anywhere. All right, guys, I am back. Goddamn, Agent K9. So, you passed your second account today? Tell us a little bit about that. How much do you have under management now? Yeah, so very possible we're not going to get that rally. Um, Gold. All right, so here we go. Gold, I had my entry at the 1944, 1944 level. And see, it's looking like that level is not going to hold. Well, we'll see. Mhm. Congratulations, mate. Congratulations, Agent K9. Let's see if we can get involved in this market. It's looking super strong. See, this is exactly what I was telling you, right? That yeah, 1944 20 or so, right? Yeah, 1944 20 or so. My entry was around here or around here. Yeah, but this is looking very strong, and this is what I told you. I mean, I missed my move, my bearish move, when I didn't get triggered by 6 pips here, and now I mean I just don't feel confident shorting this market at all. But let's see. Let's wait and see. Thanks, bro. Give update about your account too. Sure, mate. Here it is. This account, I just started this account, this challenge. I mean, the goal, what I want to do, this is a long-term challenge, right? I have some rules, and I'm going to keep updating you and telling you about this challenge. I created it for myself, right? So I started with the low 50K account, right? And the reason that I started with a 50K account is because I wanted to start with $500 invested, right? And the funding company that I am using is the most expensive one, and normally a 100K account with FTMO and my French funds, etc., is 500 bucks. But this one, it's 1,000. So I wanted to start with 500 bucks, and I started on Friday. I'm up about 1.20% on this account since Friday. I don't risk too much per trade. I normally risk between zero point 0.2 to 0.35. And 0.35 to me is quite on the um, higher scheme of risking, right? So basically what I'm going to do is pass this challenge, get the funded account, get the 50K account, and try to profit 5% on the real account. When I profit 5% on the real account, I'm going to withdraw 1,000 bucks, and I'm going to buy the 100K challenge. I'm going to pass the challenge, try to merge those two accounts to have 150K, right? Profit 5% on that new 150K account, and then and until then, withdraw. I think it's 2K for the 200K account, and moving up, on in the ranks, and I can only buy a new challenge if I profit 5% on the new merged account, and I can only buy, a new challenge with profits from my trading. And that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm going to track everything on my FX book. And yeah, this is a long-term challenge because I'm in absolutely no rush to finish it. And also the reason that I chose this funding company is because there's no two-step challenges, mate. If you profit 10% on your challenge account, you get funded. There's no time limit. There's absolutely nothing, at all like the other firms, and they really focus on compounding and finding good traders. So I really dig it. But that's what I'm doing, right? I wonder why you are this humble about your wins. The Cardano call from Saturday hits its targets and you did not post it. Plus, note that I am envious of how you update the VIP for it. Harimeko, Toby, yeah. So, I don't. I am not the one that manages the crypto group. That's another trader. That's Aziz. I don't trade crypto. That is Aziz. But yeah, he's very good. Mm. I'm short Euro NZD today from 174. Good thing you already locked profit with stop loss. I think you'll reach 10% within 3 weeks. Solid, steady plan, bro. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, right? I've been talking about how because of these funding companies, the problem that most traders have, which is a lack of, capital, um, gets eliminated, right? Back in the day when I first started, there were no funding firms, right? So you really had to put yourself in a trader mindset with very low capital. Because, and when I say a true trader mindset, is because when you're first starting out, right, and you're trading a very small account, you see the profits in dollars or whatever currency you deposited on, right? And if you're trading let's say a 5K account, right, you don't feel that you're making too much, dollar wise, and you don't focus on, steady percentage gains, right? And you don't focus on risk management. And you start really over risking and blowing accounts. That gets eliminated with these funding firms, right? Of course, most of traders, they try to hit or miss, in the sense that they try to take a big ass trade, to pass their challenges, or when they have the real account, they take big positions just to make money, and that's not the right mindset, right? This is about patience. This is about being steady. For example, today I'm not looking for trade. Yeah, I just started tracking them on my FX bookmate. Reopen, close tab. I think this is wrong. It hasn't updated yet, but I just started tracking this account. I started trading this account, mate, on Friday. It updated 1 hour ago, but yeah, I started with 50K. I'm up, you know, 1.2% since Friday, risking between 0.25 and 0.3% on my positions. So gold, I am not happy about this. So what I want to see here, possibly, if I should get involved, is a new lower low. Yeah, I mean, also, I'm really not looking to get involved in the market anymore today, just because I banked I banked on this pound yen long, right? I'm still holding a tiny, tiny, tiny bit, but I already banked a ton here on my pound yen long with a VIP, so I am not looking to really, really get involved in sketchy setups. Um, but yeah, for example, if I see that rally on the footsie, within I don't know half an hour, I will most definitely take this short. And of course, the Brent long that I'm waiting on. Huh. Edwards, I'm going to join your Forex Signal group today. Very, very good, mate. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. Yeah. Cheers. And we price it this low because yeah, I believe that there's enough money in these markets for everybody to bank some. This is a zero sum game, right? So there's enough bad traders out there to profit from the losses. See what I mean in gold? See what I mean in gold? I lost my opportunity here on when I didn't get filled, and now this is looking super strong. So shorts are completely and utterly out of the question now in gold. Now possible longs, uh, but again, because I'm not looking for, you know, there is. All right, so let me show you what I'm looking at. Should gold break with the Asian session highs, this line right here, where longs are really, really in play. And there's this zone right here that looks extremely good for longs, but I am not going to stick. After the show, I'm going to go back to bed, because I already profited. So why would I stay in front of my chart trying to trade? No. But I'm going to tell you what I'm looking at. Possibly, you guys might be in front of your charts whilst this happens. So let's go to the 3-minute chart. Yeah, it's cicadas. You know, these animals right here. This, oh shit. These animals right here. There's a ton. I live on, outside the city in a very woodsy zone. So, and right now it's the season of cicadas here, and there is a ton. And you know what? Sometimes my dog eats them, and she hunts them and she eats them. She started by just hunting them because she enjoyed the vibration in her mouth, but now now she bites and I think she eats them. But sometimes these animals inside my house, get inside my house, and they do that noise inside my house, and it's quite loud. But yeah, it's cicadas. Oh no, it's cicadas, mate. Let me hear. Get inside my house. No, it's cicadas. It's not interference. How many trades there usually are per week? Edwards, that's a good question again. It depends, mate. It depends. I normally take at least one to two trades per day because I trade the London Open and I trade the US Open. That's the hours that I trade. I don't trade in the middle of sessions. Just because of my setup, my entry model, I just have one entry model because it's the one that I developed and I have backtested the shit out of, and I have the data to be extremely confident about my entries. You know, I just trade liquidity sweeps. You know, on the London session open and the New York session open. That's what I do. But yeah, I mean, at least two. And we also have Olympio, right, or other trader that also trades and sends signals on the VIP group, and so you can add those to the count. You see here, it's very strong gold. Not getting bold here. This is far from being developed, and I am not going to place a sell limit and going to bed. But again, I'm showing you what I'm looking at for possible setups. You know, for you to maybe hunt them later. Yeah. So yeah, about my challenge, I mean, um, I think that I was going to start it. Yeah, I know. I mean, silver is super crazy. Exactly. And here, this is exactly what I trade. Edwards. Um, this is the Asian session range right here. This is the Asian session range. And here's the London Open. I trade this liquidity sweep, right? This is the one that I trade. I just look for the zones. In this case, I think that I would have been triggered to the spot. I would have been triggered. Yeah, and I don't know if I would have taken this setup um, just because of the risk to reward ratio. Because I always put my stop losses below the structured low, and the zone being this wide would have yield. I don't know. Let's have a look. If it yields above 1 to 3 risk to yeah, I would have taken it with a very low risk, about 0.20%, right? Because it yields exactly 3R. I don't take anything below 3R um, at all. But it's many time up and down, and I ask when it hits stop loss or take profit. I'm gonna check that, mate. It's on another account. I'll update the group. Don't worry about it. So yeah, this is what I trade. I trade liquidity sweeps, mate. Um, but again, I don't think that I would have taken this trade just because of how choppy and rangy this market has been. There's no clear direction in the market. It's not like the pound yen, on where we have a very good directional move. With very clear pullbacks and very clear zones where I can take my entries with good risk to reward ratios, right? For example, this was my entry yesterday. This is the liquidity that I was trading. I think that this was my entry yesterday. Something like this, right? I want to join you in your journey, mate. Anybody can do this. It's simple, but it's not easy. Being consistent and profitable on the long term. It's not easy. It's simple. It should be simple. In fact, when you feel that your trading is getting repetitive and almost robotic because you do the same thing every single day over and over and over, that's where you have found your sweet spot. And when I tell you that anybody can do this, it's because this is not a talent. I wasn't born a trader. I am not fucking LeBron James of the trading world. Fuck that. Of course not. This is a skill, and anybody can learn a skill, right? Anybody can learn a skill. You just have to be very disciplined, and this is not just discipline in your trading. You have to be very disciplined in your life. This is a lifestyle, mate. Because you cannot and will not ever be disciplined in your trading decisions if you have no discipline in your other aspects in your life, right? You also have to take care of your body, man, because this is exhausting, right? It's exhausting because there's a ton of data and there's a ton of detail. I mean, there's a ton of detail that you have to look into that you can go to burnout, right? Very easily. So, and that's also um, another thing. You have to have a very balanced life, right? When you're trading, you're fucking trading. When you're working, you're working. You're in the zone. But when you're not, the only reason that I have the MT5 app on my phone is because I take screenshots for to promote the VIP group, right, on Telegram and on Instagram. But that's the only fucking reason that I do it, right? That I have it. But if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have my app on my phone because when I'm trading, right? Uh, and I'm a day trader, right? So when I'm in front of my charts, I'm in front of my charts. When I'm trading. And when I'm not, I'm not. I'm doing. I'm just doing me. I go to the gym. I go to the park with my dogs. I go out with my girl. We go to the movies. We go to the theater. We go to eat. We travel, right? But when I'm here 100%. And this is also why I I moved from being a swing trader to focus mainly on day trading and focusing on this specific setups, right? And these specific times of the day because this is where volume jumps into market. This is where you have volatility, and by the end, we are volatility hunters, right? This is where we make money. So I can get in and out of the market quite easily. And when it comes to this, for example, letting these runners, right? I already took a ton of profits, and I have locked, profits here, stop losses, a break even here, and leaving this runner. And if price reverses on me while I'm asleep and it stops me out a break even here, and at a small profit here, it's not going to fuck with my mindset because it's such a small trade that it has no effect on me. But if I were to still have my full positions on, I wouldn't be able to not look every second at my charts. So that's the other reason that I take profits when I do. That's the other reason that I created the scheme on how I take profits whilst price is running in my direction. It's all to protect my mindset, to keep me at fucking peace, to keep me in the zone. And because I keep myself in the zone and healthy, I normally don't make bad decisions. And making a bad decision is not losing a trade. No. I focus on my decision-making process, and I understand that a specific percentage of times I'm going to lose trades. That's part of the game, right? I can handle it. Making bad decisions is acting on emotions in my mind, right? So if I were to still have my full positions on, I would be very fucking lucky because I would be banking big. I would have already passed this fucking challenge, right? But I would not be at ease on these pullbacks and on these moves, right? I would be making stupid decisions on the spot based on, the emotions that I'm feeling at the time. So everything that I've created around on my trading is all about keep me sane. You think gold may up to 1974? That is so true. It is, mate. 1974, I don't know. Why don't we have a look? 1974. All right. So apparently there was a short here, but again, the other reason that I didn't, there's two reasons why I didn't, place my sell limits again in gold. Number one, because of what I told you. So I started second guessing, my setup. While whilst before, when price was trading here, I had absolutely no doubt about my setup. But now I started looking at what happened here, the break of the lows, etc., everything. So I started to question my setup. And secondly, and secondly, because, well, there's three reasons. That's the first one. The second one is because there's one thing that I hate is just giving money back whenever I make it, right? So that's the second one. And the third one is that, my decision making process on this particular trade was already made, right? Um, whenever I place a pending order, everything is already decided, right? Everything is already decided. So, the decision to delete that sell limit was based on the break of the lows, right? So, if price had, you know, dropped towards this level, right, I probably wouldn't have, I probably wouldn't have deleted that order because we were still inside that range. So this move was really, really, could have been really real. I'm sorry. So before even placing that order, I knew that if I didn't get triggered, which happens sometimes, and price broke with the lows, I was going to delete my order because I would have missed the move. Apparently, I didn't. But you know what? That's fine. And this is not a bad decision. Deleting that order and not placing that sell when price hit this zone was not a bad decision. It was a great and optimal decision because I was disciplined to stick with my original decision-making process on this particular scenario. It's all about that, right? It's all about that in my mind, right? In my mind. So, yeah, apparently, I don't know who took this short. Congratulations if you did. I didn't. I'm happy with my results today. Heads up to this particular footsie. It's looking very good, man. It's looking very good. I mean, this setup on the footsie is looking phenomenal. You know, instead of trying to sell the tops, this is how you're supposed to do it, right? If you're lucky enough to be in front of your computer whenever this particular scenario plays out, this is how you trade tops, right, or reversals in the market, right? I'm not gonna go into depth about it, but there's always that last sweep of the highs in a bearish reversal, right? And then we have a big move, right? And there's a ton of liquidity being created because there's a ton of players or weak players in the market trying to catch that move, If we go to the 1 minute chart, guys, I really don't trade the 1 minute chart, but I'm gonna go here just so you can see what I'm telling you, right? So here, that spike high, weak players in the market trying to get short on the move. Again, here, weak players in the market trying to get short on the move. All of these players are going to get really fucked today because the probability of price, mitigating the actual zone that created or that saw sellers jump in the market that created these inefficiencies that are still left on field is quite high. So, more than liquidity sweeps, I really focus on inefficiencies in the market for my entries. Of course that I trade liquidity sweeps at the open, but I never take a trade should there not be inefficiencies after, or before, the break of the structure that I'm trying to trade, or the liquidity that I'm trying to trade, right? So that's me. Can see US dollar Japanese yen. Is there a chance for bearish? I don't know, man. You know, I don't trade the US dollar yen. Just have a look at this fucking chart. I mean, it's horrible, right? I don't trade this market, mate. I don't trade this market at all. But why don't we have a look? You know what? I'm going to clean this. Hold on. I'm going to clean this because there's a ton of markets here that I don't trade at that shouldn't even be here. So let's have a look here, right? Um, Here there is a big inefficiency in the market. I'm gonna point it out for you guys. This is the inefficiency in the market that I would want to play. So this is the inefficiency in the market, and of course, holy shit, we have a Psychera in the house. Damn it. And here's, I'm eyeballing it right. Here's that bearish OB. Let's go to a 50-minute chart. That bearish OB. It's much better on the 50-minute chart, to be completely and utterly honest with you, mate. So here's that inefficiency in the market that I'm looking to get filled with the order block above it. So I'm not saying that you should trade this at all. I'm just eyeballing it, like I told you. But in my opinion, and if you see here, right, again, weak sellers, boom, getting liquidated. Weak sellers getting liquidated. In my opinion, we're going to get another rally liquidating this high or the Asian session high before the actual move or the possible move to the downside. Who knows, right? Yeah, I would be patient. You know what I used to do before? I used to trade, breaks. So I would look at this. Let me just delete all the drawings. What I would do, I would look at this, right? I would look at the lows right here, key level right here. So I would look at the lows. So we have a key level here, right? We have this low, which was broken, and we have a retest here. And then we have these weak players that got liquidated. I didn't even use the liquidation, word. But what I would do is this: I would normally place sell stops here, stop losses above the highs, and of course targeting the lows. And more often than not, what I would see, mates, is this. More often than not, what I would see is price triggering me in, right, and then coming back here higher, and then I would see the explosive move that I wanted to trade. So that started to happen more and more and more, and that's when I started to develop, the F1 strategy and this particular entry model based on, liquidity and power times, London Open and New York Open, and the sweeps of the Asian session. It's all around that, and it's because of what I was doing was not working anymore. So let's have a look at what we have running. This UK oil. I don't know if I'm going to delete this pending order or not. Let's have a look at the F1 strategy chart, guys. So here we go. So this is what I was telling you about the F1 strategy, and this is very cool. When I developed this strategy, guys, I was looking for, for volatility, for big moves, right? And it took me a year to develop it. Not just develop it, but we're really starting to backtest it and understanding what was not working. I did know what I wanted to do or where I wanted to get, but the first few versions of the strategy just sucked. But that is how this works. The first stages or the first versions of your entry models are just going to fucking suck. That's why you backtest them, right? Not you don't forward test them with real money. So I started backtesting it, and I started to tweak, these indicators that I use, right? Most importantly, this oscillator. This oscillator is the part of the F1 strategy. This oscillator is what gives you everything you need to know about momentum, right? About good setups and about momentum, and if momentum is drying up or not. Um, yeah, I passed the founding challenge using this strategy actually, but I lost that account because I was dumb enough to hold on to a trade on the weekend, and yeah, I broke some rules that I didn't read, so I lost that account. But that's fine. It doesn't matter, right? That's why I tell you that you should really, really, really look into the rules of the funding company that you are trading with because they will breach you without noticing. Olympia just posted a movie for US dollar Japanese yen short. Awesome. That's that's good. Hold on, guys. So, very interesting. How this Brent F1 setup is developing. Quite interesting. Quite interesting, right? What I still like about this setup is that we haven't been in extremes just yet. Uh, and if my oscillator comes back to extreme lows, while price remains in this range, that is going to be very good. And I will not delete that pending order. But if price makes new lower lows, I'll just delete it, and that is completely and utterly fine, mate. So gold apparently was a good spot, but that's fine. Hey, this was my setup yesterday. Have a look at this. So someone was asking, I think it was Edwards. This was my setup yesterday on the pound yen. Yep. This was my setup yesterday on the pound yen. I got triggered right on the peak. Actually, I got triggered a little bit higher because I took some water in, but you know what? That's fine. Um, and also, if you notice, guys, today I took a small loss, 0.22% loss on a pound yen long where I tried to add, right? But this is the thing, right? I'm, I'm at a point where I don't care about losing a trade. What I care about is if my decision to take that trade was optimal, and it was. And if I see a new potential play that ticks all my boxes, I will take it because that trade that I lost is not in my mind anymore. I am the least results oriented person that you will meet. And that's where you want to get, right? And I know it sounds counterintuitive in the sense that, hey, Orlando, how the fuck are you not going to be results oriented? See, results are the only thing that matters in this game. What I mean by not being results oriented is not focusing on the result or the outcome of your last trade or your last couple of trades. Focus on the process, not on the outcome of your trades. Now, if you can't make money, right, now that means that there's something wrong with your process and you need to go to the fucking lab. But that's another story, right? I have fully paid for the free forex for 6 months, but I have not had any access to the VIP forum. I have called, your number does not work. Your live chat, same, not working. Emails, no one replies. Margaret, I'm gonna tell you something, mate. We don't have a live chat. Maybe yeah, on the on the website. So I have fully paid for the free forex, but I mean, how is it possible that you paid for the free forex? Can you explain to me what you paid for? Did you pay for a subscription? Did you go here? Hold on. Uh, where the fuck is it? Learn to trade. Did you go here and paid for a package? Did you go here and pay for a package? This one, the 6 month subscription. If you did, tell me because I can. Uh, yeah, I can send a message to my support team. But did you pay for a package or not? All right. Let's look at the FTSE. This looks phenomenal. Yeah, but all right. Have a look at the DAX. Right, this is the DAX on the 5-minute chart. Quite the same story on the DAX. Right, quite the same story on the DAX. Eyeballing it here is that inefficiency in the market I would look to trade. Here's that OB, bearish OB or so, structure high. Where my targets would be, I don't know, maybe here. Of course, that I never let my trades right to targets. But on the DAX, I don't trade the DAX, guys. I don't trade the DAX. I'm just showing you that this entry model, develops every single day. I mean, this is a 14R, but yeah, I would take it here or so for a 10R on the DAX. I'm gonna tag it because I want to look at it tomorrow. Hold on, I need to get this. I'll tag this one too. All right, so did you pay or not? Because I'm about to log off and I need to know. Please, I need to know. I need to know. Let's see if this updated. Now it hasn't updated. Most likely will update tomorrow. So I'm gonna keep my UK oil buy stops alive. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my buy stops alive. Probably, yeah. I mean, I'm risking 0.2% on this trade. I'm not shaving anything on this side. I'm leaving, I'm leaving this as is. I am not moving this higher. I'm not moving this higher. I'm leaving everything like this. I'm good with everything so far. So let's have a look at what the F1 strategy brought today. Nope. This is the Euro USD. Now this is phenomenal. Now sadly, momentum has dried up within the range, but have a look at this market. This market is super bullish. This is yesterday's F1 strategy setup. Very good one. Yield 1.69R. Didn't hit targets, but sometimes your trades are not going to hit your targets. This is not good. Not good. Not good. Nope. 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 And this strategy is like every single strategy out there, man. You have to be patient and you have to only take the optimal setups. Wow. Shites. This is phenomenal. I'm gonna tag this one too because I wanna look at it later. I'm actually going to send it to my F1 strategy team. This is the cool thing about the F1 strategy too, right? That if you buy the F1 strategies at one-time payment, right, you get access to the F1 strategy chat where you can actually chat with me every single day about trading. Right? If you're interested in knowing more about this, I'm gonna give you a link. I am going to give you a link. Where is it? It's a pretty cool semi-automated strategy, mates, where you can actually chat with me. hmm Here. Oh, shite. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you where, mate. Here it is. You know, I have to work on the landing page. Actually, I had to do this months ago, and I always forget. But here's the link. I'm gonna show you. Here's the link. You're going to land here, right? Here, watch this video. I present the F1 strategy here. Here's a video on how I passed the founding challenge using only the F1 strategy. This is what you get, and here's where you buy it. Um, it is expensive, but it's just one-time payment, mates. And you get a life. It's 599 pounds, but it took me one fucking year to develop. 1 year. So and you get lifetime access to my F1 strategy chat uh, where we talk markets all day long. If buy F1 strategy can chat you also VIP trades position, no. That chat is only for F1 strategy. It's a coaching chat. It's a trader development chat. After I passed a few challenges, right, on my big ass challenge, long term challenge that I'm doing, I'm gonna open the same thing, but for my liquidity sweep entry model, right? Because some people are interested in that, some people are just interested in a semi-automated set of rules that you can apply to any market. It all depends on what you want, right? I use both. So let's continue. Oh, I'm going to send this to that group, to my F1 strategy group. And this is the cool thing, right? Now, we haven't had that divergence just yet, but price remains in the range. So if my oscillator drops below these lows, creates that divergence, while price sticks in this fucking range, this is a massive, massive F1 strategy setup. We shall see. I prefer monthly fee to be sure you always will make develop for F1. No, it's a one-time payment and a lifetime access, mate. It's not. It's not a. It's not a. Hold on, Euro yen. Hold on, let me just send this to my F1 traders. It's not a a trader development program. It's I mean, if you're in that chat, and if you're in that chat, you can send your screenshots every day. You can ask me every day the same fucking thing about the F1 strategy until you get it and until you trade it flawlessly. But I am not going to babysit anybody there. So if you don't make the effort, to use that tool that I opened, to trade flawlessly a proven strategy that is semi-automated, right? That you just have to apply a given set of rules to be profitable trading it. Then you paid for nothing. But if you do, the sky is the limit, bro. Uh huh. Nope. Nope. No. Well, nope. Nope. Yeah, for example, if you're in my F1 strategy chat and you're stuck with something, for example, I'm gonna show you today. One of the traders sent this. Sent One of the traders. I always and I also sent my post or the setups that I am watching. So someone sent this, right? So I just told them that trend is bearish here, etc., etc., etc. And here, that is after the open or record a video for Sandro about why this is not a good setup. So I not only tell you what is wrong, but I do explain. I do explain, with a short video on every single one of the charts that they send. Do you expect Euro USD bullish trend to continue? I don't know, mate. I don't trade the Euro US dollar. Fuck the Euro USD, right? Why would you trade the Euro USD? It's, what are you looking to trade when you look at the Euro USD? Are you trading the Euro? Are you trading the US dollar? If you're trading the US dollar, why would you trade the US dollar against the Euro? There's these two very strong currencies which are trending exactly the same. So what creates that is a bearish versus bullish super strong pressure, which creates very, very weak moves and a ton of choppiness. So if you're looking to trade the US dollar, why don't you look at the US dollar Mexican peso, for example? Because a very strong move on the US dollar, which is the currency that you're trying to trade against a weak currency, is going to yield massive volatile moves, which is where money is made. So I don't trade the Euro USD because of that. But that's just me. All right, so gold. Yeah, I'm not going to look at the markets anymore, so heads up to that FTSE. Um, I don't trade the DAX, guys, but there is that possible setup. I'm going to have a look at it, later when I wake up. Yeah, I haven't looked at U.S. equities. Look at that beautiful move. This is yesterday's or the day before. No, this is yesterday. My setup on the Nasdaq. This was a VIP trade. On the Nasdaq yesterday. Again, I didn't get filled by 4 fucking pips, and just look at this explosive move. But again, this doesn't affect me at all because what this entry model, this liquidity sweep entry model, I need to. I'm still. I traded. I traded live on my account. But when I look at this, I really go to the lab because Yeah, and this doesn't happen very often. It used to happen when I first started trading it. It used to happen a ton. So I had to go to the lab, figure out why this was happening to me. But yesterday, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna thicken the shit out of this chart for you guys. But yesterday, mates, yesterday this was my setup, right? This was my setup. Here's that imbalance that I was looking to trade um, with, that bullish order block and that liquidity, right? So my entry was here, I think. So in hindsight, it was absolutely perfect, perfectly placed. Um, but yeah, sometimes I don't need to go to the lab because price failed to fill me in on this setup. I just need to accept that sometimes this is going to happen and my zones are not going to get mitigated, right? So I don't overwork myself because I already worked on not missing moves because of bad order placement. This order placement was perfect, but sometimes this happens, and and that's fine. So for the U.S. Open, I'll try to go live again for the U.S. Open. And yeah, thank you for joining me, guys. Again, if you're looking into something semi-automated, have a look at the F1 strategy. And if you want to get my trades, every single one of the trades that I take on this challenge account, I'm going to send. Um, you know, um, Not the F1 strategy setups, but I'll send some F1 strategies here and there. But every single one of my liquidity sweep entries at the London Open and at the New York Open, I send to my VIPs. So if you want to be part of that, you know what to do. Again, thank you for joining me. And if you have any questions about anything at all, trading wise or whatever about me, whatever you want to know, just shoot, right? And yeah, I am going to invite someone for a chat on my next show. My next show tomorrow, not this morning, right? So thanks again, guys. Cheers.